Assalamu alaikum students. So we are going to today discuss aberrant values and its treatment. In last lecture we have discussed missing values and its treatment. So these are the PPTs I'll be sharing with you guys. So last time the steps which I have conducted, I have prepared these PPTs that how you will see that there are some missing values. So as in previous session I told you that you need to go to analyze, then you need to go to descriptive stage, then enter all variables except id, then you need to tick mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, then okay, then you result will come and you will be able to see which are the missing values. And if you are going to get the mean result, if you have missing values and you want to get the mean values, you need to go to transform, then replace missing values, enter all variables which have missing values and you want to replace them, then you need to press ok, and your all missing values will be replaced with mean value. Your all missing values will be replaced with mean value. So today we are going to discuss the aberrant values, what you need to do in these steps to be followed. But before that, what is aberrant value? Aberrant values are those values which are not in your range. Let's say suppose you have 1 to 5 Likert scales and you are going to find out that there's a 55, yeah, 33 or 22 or yeah 20, 21. This is what it becomes because of the typing mistake, typing errors. You are going to enter the data. Someone has said given a response of 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3 you press consecutively in a same response. So that becomes 23. That is what an aberrant value. So these kind of values need to be rectified. How they can be rectified? The first thing is you need to go to your questionnaire and verify what is the response and correct it. If you are unable to find from the questionnaire, you need to exclude it. You don't have any other choice, rather you will exclude it. So first is in online data usually it doesn't happen. Okay, in online data it doesn't happen. Rather in manual, when you are finding when you are getting response from the people, you are getting your forms filled from the respondents, so they will give you a response back, and then when you are going to enter manually, so that may come in your typically in typing errors, that may come in typing errors. So today we are going to see, let's suppose we have this one data clearance file, SPSS file, in which we are going to have this practice session. So wait for a minute when SPSS file is being opened. So this is what your lecture related with the aberrant values and its treatment. Then we will discuss the outliers, then we will go towards the one's data clearance. These are three things or three matters to be dealt in data clearance. First is missing value, second is aberrant value, and third is outliers. So we are waiting that SPSS file may be opened. Oh, let me click once again. I have already clicked it, but I don't know. Okay, the file is ready to use. No, I'm not going to open it again. Actually I clicked double 2 times, that is why. This is what I have told you, this is what output file, but it is still not responding. Sometimes it happens with the software. So I think it will respond right now. Okay, now it is ready. So even though I have said you know there should be no decimals, but right now I don't have time to remove all these decimals from this file. So I don't know either they are okay. For checking aberrant values, you need to go to the descriptive and then go to frequencies. Let us suppose these are what your questions or responses. Already I have removed aberrant values from this file. You can see I have removed already aberrant values, so there's less possibility that there will be aberrant values in this file. Anyhow, we will create the aberrant values, but how to check and there are aberrant values? Let's suppose I am going to say like this. This is a 55, this is a 55, and this is what I'm saying 44, and this is what I can say 21. So let's suppose I randomly have typed mistakenly, that you can say I have, for your example I have typed mistakenly. Okay, so how to check? You need to go to the frequencies, all the variables, put in that, press the OK button, and you will see 1 to 5 and then the total range in all these. Okay, so let's suppose in the first one, if I am going to see the frequencies, it is 1 to, so this is 1 to 5 perfect, no aberrant value. This is 1 to 5 then 21, it means it has aberrant value. Then 1 to 5 then 22, it has aberrant value. I am talking about this one. If there's a scale is from 1 to 5, then it's okay. If there is some other value, then that means 1, 2, 3, 33.33, this is something aberrant value. This 3.5, this is something aberrant value in your data. It has also aberrant values. So there are aberrant values available in the data set. Let's say suppose you have found. How to remove them? This is the process. You need to go to transform, then count values within cases, write aberrant values, variable in numeric, and then define, this is the range, and then continue. Okay, then there will be another step. So we are going to follow first step. We will go to the transform. Okay, this is the first step, transform, then count values within cases, transform, count values within cases. So here what I will write, it is the write aberrant value. Let's suppose I have already written here write aberrant value. Let's suppose I'm going to copy it and I'm going to write it here. This is what aberrant value, and then variables in numeric. I'm going to select all these variables and I'm going to here in numeric variables, and then I'm going to define the range. And what should be the range? Range should be from 0, okay, to 0.001. okay, add it, then second range, which should be 6 to 100. Now what is the logic of 0.001 and then 6 to 1000? Let's suppose I am saying. So this is the range that aberrant values may be from lower range, below than the 1, then 0 or 0.00 something that is not in your range. Your range is what? 1 to 5. Either below than the 1 to 5 is aberrant value, or above than the 5 is what? Your aberrant value. So above than the 5 is 6, and 6 to 1000 there may be anything. Then you will press continue button, then you will press OK button. So this is first step in your as per your PPTs. This is what, click OK. Then this is how. Now what you need to do, you need to go to the data set. This is what data set, and now here you need to increase your decimals till to 4. I have already mentioned in your PPTs, it will be guiding you. Okay, then save button, and then your third step starts. You need to go to the data. You need to go to the data, then select cases, data, select cases, if condition. Then here we have created this aberrant value variable, and it should be equal to 0, and then you need to press continue and then OK. So you will find in your data set that you will press ascending. Ascending means all these aberrant value figures will come to in first cases. And while reporting, you need to report which were the aberrant values. ID number, I have already told you what is this ID. ID means questionnaire number 1, respondent number 1, questionnaire 2, questionnaire 3, questionnaire 4. So questionnaire 13, 35, 45 and 85, these aberrant values have been found. And now you can see this is 21, 22, 55, 44. These are the aberrant values. So simply by this command, SPSS lock it. And what you need to do, you need to select all these things and you need to clear it. Now it has been removed. It has been removed from your data set. Now your data set is clear from aberrant values. So I'm going to repeat it. You learned today related to the aberrant values, that what are the aberrant values and how they are treated. And we had a practice session on SPSS. You have these PPTs, step by step you can have practice, and I will also send you Excel. Rather, you have also collected, I have also given you task to collect the online data. Apart from that, I have given you if you don't have, I will provide you, rather I have provided you ebooks in which SPSS manual is available. So within SPSS manual there is a website mentioned there. Okay, I'm going to show you. Let's suppose this is Julia Pallant Heritol book. So here there's a website and you can download data sets from here. So where is that website mentioned? That website is specifically for students. This is what website. Okay, we can click here directly, or we can copy this and paste into our browser. So actually this one browser is open. I can copy paste here rather than opening new. Usually when I record the lecture, I open so many files, and apart from that I have also something for uploading on my OneDrive. So these are the books and other things, material is being uploaded at the same time, so that's why my laptop is responding a bit late. So let's suppose we will paste here the same copied link and enter here. Now even though Chrome is also responding, so anyhow you have seen that you have this website. You can click there, and by clicking there you will reach to the website, and within website you will be given there an option of downloading data sets. You can download many data sets and you can have all the practice sessions there. So thank you for now. I will discuss with you in the next lecture related to data sets, if this issue of slow response is not found again. Okay, so thank you. Then we will discuss in next lecture. About outliers. Thank you for now. Allah Hafiz.